The Pocket camera space is starting to feel genuinely competitive again, and the leaked hands-on footage of the Insta360 LUNA Ultra suggests that DJI might finally have a real challenger on its hands. For years, the market has been dominated by DJI's Pocket lineup, especially devices like the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 Pro, which set the standard for stabilization, simplicity, and consistent image quality. But the LUNA Ultra is approaching the category from a very different angle. At first, the leaked unboxing doesn't look particularly exciting. A minimal box, a compact camera body, and a detachable screen module. Nothing flashy. But the moment the device powers on, the real story begins to unfold. The interface itself reveals something important. This is not a traditional all-in-one pocket camera. The LUNA Ultra appears to use a modular design where the camera body and display operate as separate but connected units. That's immediately visible through dual battery indicators, one for the main camera and another for the detachable screen. It's a small detail, but it fundamentally changes how the device is meant to be used. In practice, this means creators are no longer tied physically to the camera. In the leaked demo, the main camera is placed at a distance while the user controls framing and monitoring through the handheld module. The live feed remains stable, and the camera responds in real time. That level of separation opens up shooting possibilities that traditional pocket cameras simply don't offer. Compared to something like the DJI Pocket 4 Pro, where the screen is physically attached to the gimbal body, this is a completely different philosophy. DJI focuses on integrated simplicity, everything in one unit, optimized for speed and reliability. The LUNA Ultra, on the other hand, is prioritizing flexibility and remote control. For solo creators, that difference is huge. Instead of repeatedly walking back and forth to adjust framing, you can set the camera in place and operate it remotely while still seeing a live preview. It starts to feel less like a pocket camera and more like a compact wireless filming system. Audio is another area where the leak becomes interesting. The Pocket series has already proven strong with directional microphone arrays, but the LUNA Ultra appears to be experimenting with something more unconventional. In the footage, the user speaks toward the detachable controller while the main camera is positioned far away. That has led to speculation that the controller itself may include some form of audio capture system. If that turns out to be true, it could reduce the need for external wireless microphones in certain shooting scenarios. Imagine placing the camera across a scene for cinematic framing while still capturing clean dialogue directly from the handheld module. That kind of workflow would be a major shift for compact creators. However, this approach is not without trade-offs. Modularity introduces complexity. Instead of a single self-contained unit like the DJI system, the LUNA Ultra requires managing multiple components, multiple batteries, and potentially more points of failure. For creators who value simplicity, that could be a downside compared to the straightforward experience offered by DJI's ecosystem. Reliability is another open question. Wireless connection stability, latency, and long-term durability will matter far more in real-world use than they do in a controlled demo. DJI has years of refinement in stabilization and camera consistency, while Insta360 is still proving whether this new architecture can hold up under demanding conditions. Then there's the question of image quality. The leaked footage hasn't fully revealed sensor performance yet, so it's still unclear how the LUNA Ultra compares in areas like dynamic range, low light behavior, and color science. And that's important, because DJI's advantage with the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 Pro isn't just hardware, it's also how consistently it renders footage across different environments. Where the LUNA Ultra clearly differentiates itself is philosophy. Instead of competing directly on best-in-class simplicity, Insta360 seems to be exploring a more experimental direction centered around remote shooting, modular control, and workflow flexibility. That makes it feel less like a direct clone and more like an attempt to redefine what a pocket camera can actually be. But it also creates a clear divide in the market. If you want a reliable, all-in-one, proven system, DJI still dominates that space. If you want something more flexible, experimental, and potentially more powerful in how you shoot, the Luna Ultra starts to look very compelling. Ultimately, this isn't just a spec competition anymore. It's a design philosophy battle: simplicity versus flexibility, integration versus modularity, control versus convenience. And that's exactly why this category suddenly feels interesting again.